What's up, guys? How's it going? Been a minute. I'm gonna just sample this brew real quick. A little bit of a. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a week of a lot of testing with this K390. Testing of heat treats, testing just variations basically. And last night, it really just all made sense to me. And I read the Knife Steel Nerds article of Nitro V, which is a high alloy, like a stainless steel from the New Jersey Steel Baron. And basically, he tested all of these different austenizing temperatures with all these different tempers, and I noticed that all the tempers were in the lower range, so like 300, 400 range. And then I remember watching a video from Triple B, and then thinking like, I'm pretty sure that a lot of steels, except for a few, are treated under a certain range, or tempered under a certain range. And then I look back again at the all the catcher testing, because Laren has all of the heat treat up there, or Dr. Thomas, let's be formal about it. He earned it. All of those tempering temperatures are under 500 degrees, except for the molybdenum steels, so the M2 and the M4. Everything else, Rex 121, Rex 86, those are two steels that get harder as you raise that tempering temperature to like the 900 to 1,000 degree range. Why really I'll treat it below that? So I got to thinking even more. If you're doing secondary hardening, that's when carbides are growing and actually making the steel harder through precipitation, or not precipitate, you're precipitating carbides. Not solutions or anything, that's something else. And when carbides grow, they make these steels, harder. But also, if you grow carbides, you can get like, so fracturing happens either two ways. It goes through the carbide because it's too small, or it goes around the carbide because it's too big. So you want that happy medium. And that's where this lower tempering range comes in. Sorry, I'm sweating like a pig. It's like 90 degrees in here because I decided to heat treat today like a fucking idiot. Anyway, so it's going to either fracture the carbide or it's going to go around the carbide. So we're going to use lower tempering temperatures to then make the carbides not so big and kind of have a happy medium with toughness and get that hardness in there. So what I decided to do, since I already austenized at 1975 and I austenized at the highest temperature on the data sheet at 2150, why don't I just split the difference and then do a lower tempering temperature? And that's exactly what I did. So what we have here is Bowler K390 at 66.22 HRC after 2 tempers, 3 cryos, and a whole lot of fucking work and thinking on my brain. It hurts. We're going to stop it. This is what we're going to do. So what I did was 2,000 degrees, 20 minutes. I kept it a little longer. And then also tested the HRC after 1 hour in cryo. So I quenched, immediately went into cryo. And we got a hardness of 67.28. Okay? So then I put it back in the cryo, left it there for 12 hours. So this is roughly 13 hours in the cryogenic treatment. And we had a final hardness of 67.32. So we got a little bit more hardness in there. And I'll post the spread as far as like what these HRC numbers were, because they're pretty tight and I'm pretty happy with them. So then after that, I tempered at 300 degrees. And then we got a hardness of 66.9. So we're almost at the 67 range right there. If I tempered it for 300 again, I almost guarantee I would have been at 66.9 still. Then I went a little bit higher to 325 degrees. 325, 350 range in there. And I got a final hardness of 66.22. I did 1 hour cryo treatments in between each temper and after the last temper. So I cryoed everything and everything's done. I then ground it to its final thickness behind the edge, which is 10 thou behind the edge. I then hand profiled everything on DMT coarse, DMT fine, so there's no burnt edges. When I was grinding, I dipped in cold water after every single pass. It took a long time to grind this down. 66 HRC. Bowler K390 is no fucking joke. So here's what we have right now. And I brought out some phone book paper to kind of show you what sort of edge this takes. It's toothy and it's like screaming sharp. Oops. I did try cutting paper towel with it, but the edge is so aggressive that it kind of it doesn't bind up on it, but it kind of sticks to it. It's very sticky. And this is after DMT coarse, DMT fine, 1 micron strop. It's pretty phenomenal edge. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick rope cut test. I'm going to keep, just do the quick rope cut test like we normally do every time. And then I'm going to show you what the edge is after this rope cut test is done. And then I'm going to strop the edge back on just a piece of cardboard. I want to try that. I've never tried that before. I'm just going to strap it back and see what happens. And then from there, I'm going to do a little bit of torture to it and see what kind of damage we get. I can't imagine we're going to get a ton. I'm sure we're going to get damage, but I'm not going to go as hard as I did on this shop blade, because with these blades, this isn't the purpose of the blade. The purpose isn't to like fucking cut nails and stuff like that. It's a knife. We're going to use it as a knife. That's what we're going to use it for. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try to do this quick because it's so fucking hot in here. I turned the fan off just so I can talk, but I'm going to turn the fan on in between all this shit so I can cool down, and then I'm going to have my tasty beverage. So that's the game plan. We're 10 thou behind the edge in that. We're at 66 HRC, and I think we're going to get great fucking results. I split the difference because I was doing a lot of thinking, and some people were like, go toughness and hardness, and then some people were like, go hardness, and then so I split the difference. I think we're gonna have plenty of hardness and plenty of toughness. We're not gonna have a pry bar, but we're gonna have plenty of toughness. I snapped the coupons that I tested. I snapped the coupon that I tested at 2150, tempered at 300 degrees, and I snapped the coupon that I tested at 1975 that was also tempered at 300 and I think 325 range. 300, 325 range. Both of them, I mean, they snapped obviously, but it took a lot to snap them. So I think we're going to be good as far as, that not so much toughness, but that ductility and all that stuff. Did we have as much plasticity as the 64 HRC knife? No, we did not. But as I'm pushing on it right here, it's pretty bendy. I mean, still has a thick spine. We're not super thin. We're not super thin behind the edge, but we're thin enough. 10 thou is like, it's tits. So, get into the test, do all the other shit, talk about it, and get the fuck out of this garage because it's so goddamn hot. Thanks. almost done with my beer. Nice local IPA. Three Heads Brewing, the Kind India Pale Ale. It's pretty good. Okay, this guy, holy cows. All right, so cutting. This rope is very dry. It's very dry in here. So it was very, not brittle, but it was very abrasive. The drier it is, the more abrasive it is. So we got on this K390 Shark in 66.2 HRC, 10 thou behind the edge, 30 to 35 degrees inclusive. We got 28 passes on that rope times 10 times 2, which is 560. The only thing that's ever done that high is, I think it's Rex 45 at 66 HRC or 67 HRC, somewhere in that range. Now, again, you have to remember, yes, this is very wear resistant, and cardboard's going to be a different story. Yes, I realize that it doesn't have as many carbides, or it has more carbides than Rex 45. But the higher off-sizing temperatures you go, the more carbide you dissolve and pull out for wear resistance. So then you're relying on the hardness as your wear resistance. And then if you were obviously to temper at higher temperatures, you can grow those carbides, yada, yada, yada. It's all on Knife Still Nerds. Check it out, become a Patreon subscriber. So, there's a giant bee in here. Got it. So, with that said, this did very, very well for rope cutting. The edge is not as worn down as I thought it would be. We can still cut fairly well. It's not really snagging too badly. And then we have, you know, our back edge that is very toothy. And then this is what it looks like on our phone book paper. I'm sure it's gonna do fairly well in here. Well, not there, but it doesn't do well up there, but the back of the edge, we can poke it through. Not really. Anyway, so that's where we're at with there. We're not shaving hair. So what I'm gonna do right now is drop it really quick on this cardboard. Do a couple of straps. Ooh. Now, let's see. I'm sweating so bad right now. Holy cows. So it's pretty good. See if we can shave some hair. Not really. That's okay. The back edge we can. Wasn't expecting really. I don't know what I was expecting. I just wanted to try it. I mean, we did gain a little bit of that edge back. So I'm sure if there was some compound on there, we could strap it right back, be fine. So let's get into the torture test. Might as well try the first thing first and hammer into this. So we went, you know, through this. Let's do it one more time. Mash through this. Cool. Let's go this way. Yeah, I mean, no edge damage whatsoever. You probably can't see that. But as far as it on the paper, we can pull right through all day. Run the fingernail down, no damage. This is solid oak. Okay, Bacote wood. Let's get in here and start cutting. We'll twist and we'll turn while we cut. Make sure the people at home can hear and see that. Okay, we are at 10 thou behind the edge. Again, no damage. We're not even getting hang-ups on anything. This wood is solid fucking Bacote wood. Okay? But wait, there's more! Brass rod. Same brass rods we used last time. I marked it off with red so we could see everything. Sorry, I'm like sweating like a pig trying to hurry this up. So let's get in there, get a little bit of I do not see any deformation on the edge. I could feel some, not blunting, not chipping, maybe a little bit of a roll. It's a little hangy at the back end there. And then as far as like the edge, I can like push. This is like the Murray Carter method of like how he tests the chef's knives. If you can push down on a lighter and it doesn't break or snap, he's at a good temper. He doesn't really have HRC testing, he just pushes it down. I can push this down, we get some, you know, some deformation. I'm not gonna push it and try to break it because this is going to be a customer's knife. But these tests, Bacote, hammering through this, rope, all that. What does it mean? It means that that's a lot of fucking use on a knife that we just did in a span of 10 to 20 minutes. It also means that the heat treat that I did on it is fucking awesome. That's what that means. And why do I want to share my quote-unquote secrets? It's not really a secret. Everything's online. You can just read it online. It's all up there. You just got to figure it out. 2,000 degrees, 20 minutes. And then the key is cryo. Why is cryo the key? Cryo is going to take all of the retained austenite that was left over in these high alloy steels, and it's going to fucking fuck it in the ass and get rid of it. That's what it's going to do. I've seen it happen. So it gets rid of it. We put it in there. I do 12 hours because I want to be consistent. After an hour, it's probably okay. You saw that the hardness that was raised versus an hour versus 12 hours is very, very minimal. It was still like a raise in hardness, but I want to be consistent. 12 hours in the cryo. Pull it out. I put it under the plates under here, warm it back up. Heat my tempering oven up. Real quick on the tempering oven, I used a DeLonghi Alfredo Plus because I put my oven temperature gauge inside of the even heat, and at 300 degrees we're actually at 350, and I want to make sure that obviously there's different temperature ranges within the oven, and I want to make sure, you know, I find the right one to temper 2 to 3 blades at a time. So I did it in here. I know I'm hitting 300 degrees. I have a thermometer right on top of the knife, or not on top of it, but like right near it. So I know. 300, test the RC. You're testing the RC after you do your first cryo, you're testing your RC after you do your temper, but after you put it into the cryo for another hour. Pull it out, test your RC. Do your second temper. If the hardness is too high, fucking bring your temper up. If it's too low, then you fucked up your austenizing temperature. I'm sorry. Like, you should have tested shit out and you should have been more proactive. That's just the name of the game. So, with all of this said, cryo is key to everything. It's always been. Since the 1950s when Emerson Case introduced it into stainless steels, in production stainless steels, not into stainless steels. It was done in the lab. They did a lot of testing on it. Read your fucking documentation, subscribe to Knife Steel Nerds, it's all in there. Everything's in there. Why do I want to share this stuff? Because I was looking for stuff for these high alloy steels, couldn't find anything, and everyone's like, I'm not going to fucking share anything. Figure it out. So I'm figuring it out, and I'm going to share it with everyone else. Why am I sharing it with everyone else? Because I'm going to get better. I'm only going to get better. 66 is just the starting point of what I'm going to achieve. Trust me. I'm just going to get better. But I want people that are starting out, that want to get into these steels, you do need to test things. You do need to make coupons. You need to test your austenizing temperatures, and you need to test your tempers. Just do that, and you'll be fine. But number one, get cryo in your life. And if you can afford it and you don't, and it's not super dangerous where you are, do the salt bath. It's just going to be a whole nother level. With that said, these, I kind of like the heat treat markings on them, so I might leave it on. If people are opposed to that, let me know. This one I'm probably going to grind down and make like a satin finish, only because I have the Rockwell tester like right on the tang area. If no one gives a shit about that, I'll leave that on there too. Just, it's fucking proof that I did it. And a laser engraving is going to probably go over that anyway. So yeah, 66.2 HRC. I heat treated 6 blades today at that same oxidizing temperature. It's going to be at the same temper. I have 5 more blades left to go. This one's going to be in the mix. I have 2 that will have scales and handles and all that shit and be ready to go soon. Next week probably. And then, this week, which is this week. I got more belts on the way, and there's no Taro Tough anywhere on USA Knife Maker. I can't find it. I'm going to call them tomorrow and figure out where it's at. If not, I'll call the company and order direct, get that Taro Tough in here. Gray, they're all out of it. And then we got our Rex 121 coming next week. I'm going to grind those out, get that into heat treat, and we'll have that on the way. And we'll do some testing on that, obviously. But this is where we're at, man. 10 thou beyond the edge, or 10 thou BTE, whittled on brass rod, barely any. I can see like a roll. Barely a roll. I can fucking strop that out in the strop. I know I can. And then just impacts like all day. It's fine. But I'm sweating my ass off, so I'm getting the fuck out of here. If you guys have any questions, hit me up on Instagram at AlexSteingraber. If you can't find me, hit me up in the comments. I'll fucking talk to you. But that's what the fucking shark's gonna be. It's gonna be the 66 HRC, and we're gonna be shipping out fucking probably this week. So I got a few people first in line. These are gonna be very affordable. If you want to know their price, just let me know. I'm not gonna announce it yet online, but if you want to know, hit me up. It's going to be affordable. Sub 400, sub 300. So definitely affordable for everyone. I want everyone to enjoy this steel. If you're a user, if you're a novice, whatever, you should experience this thing, you know? So that's where we're at. Didn't really break. So thanks, guys.